Alright, hello everyone, I'm Kevin from Loudside.com here with Silenoz of Dimmu Borgir. We are at the Regency Grand Ballroom in San Francisco for their show tonight. So, how has the tour been so far?
It's been very, very good. A lot of people actually, considering that there's quite a lot of other tours going on at the same time, and great crowds, great response to the new songs, so you can't complain.
How about the other bands?
That have been good too, I think. It's nice for us to be touring with two other Norwegian bands as well.
Yeah.
I guess it brings some more exotic feeling to the whole thing, so it's been good.
How was touring in the States compared to Europe?
Personally, I kind of tend to like it better here because of the availability of everything, you know. And in Europe, there's, you know, bars close really early and shops and everything, but here restaurants are open all the time, and so it's
thanks. For sure. Can you tell me a little bit about the creative process behind the new album?
Well, just it's pretty much the same as in the past, you know. It's just that now we were three of us, you know, the main songwriters left, and that made it a lot easier actually this time around. We worked a lot more on details and arrangements and stuff like that, so it was more work than the previous album, and I think it shows as well. But it was probably ironic to say, but it was the easiest album that I can remember writing for a long time.
It's a great album. It's really really epic.
That's what we were going for.
Sounds awesome. And how would you say Dimmu Borgir's music has evolved over the years?
Well, it has definitely evolved, and of course we feel that we have grown a lot as musicians and songwriters, maybe most as persons, and that's gonna also help the band grow further, you know. I'm really scared of stagnating. The day we feel that we cannot do anything more, then it's time to quit, you know.
Right. So, other than the obvious reasons like the vocal presence, how do you feel that the split with Vortex and Mutus has affected the overall sound of the band?
It hasn't affected it that much really, because even though they also were part of the process of contributing ideas to songs, they were never really there in the middle of the real songwriting process. So that hasn't changed much at all. If it has changed at all, it has changed for the better in our eyes. You know?
Cool. And how did you go about fitting the full orchestra and the choir into black metal sound?
Well, we have always somewhat had a symphonic touch ever since the beginning, you know. Maybe more melodic in the old days, but in the later years it's been more symphonic and orchestral. So that's something that we incorporate ever since the beginning of when we start writing a song. So with that in mind, we knew pretty much early on that we were going to incorporate an orchestra and also a real choir for this album. So you know, we just made demos of every song, and with having the orchestra in mind, you know. So
was it the first time you used a real choir?
Yeah, the first time we used a real choir, but it's the third time we used an orchestra. But this orchestra was by far the most professional that we've ever done. You know, it was amazing to see them play your songs. You know, it's a special feeling.
That's awesome. What would you say would be the hardest part about writing Dimmu's music?
The hardest part is probably where you have to try and find the balance between not having too much. You know, sometimes we go by the less is more type of code, and yeah, it's difficult sometimes, but mostly we're good at coming to a conclusion, and also of course when you're three people writing songs together, you have to compromise, you know, at some point. So, but we all do it for the better of the song, you know, instead of the better of our own egos.
So when I saw the video for Gateways, it was really visually complex. There was a lot going on, and it was really extravagant. Was there any meaning behind the video?
Visually, we just wanted something that would capture your eye instantly, you know. And I think when we went for the so-called white costumes, I think that would, you know, opening up a new dimension, representing something new and timeless. And the song Gateways in itself is more or less about karma and opening up your mind and senses from a Luciferian perspective.
Well, leads me into my next question here. So many of the black metal purists say that Dimmu Borgir has gone mainstream, I guess you could say, or has become commercial in some kind of a way. How would you respond to this?
Well, it's kind of like a contradiction, because if they look at the band name we have, if we wanted to become famous or celebrities or whatever, we would definitely play a different type of music, and we would definitely choose an easier band name. So that's all I have to say.
Great. So I'm a little curious about the band aesthetic, especially the way you've changed visually recently with the white clothes. Is there any meaning behind the elaborate clothes that you wear?
Well, I can't really talk for the other guys, but personally I wanted to have something that was representing the things that I feel really close to, like American natives and the Mongols and the pagans in World War II. You know, there's so many aspects that I feel really close to, and I kind of wanted to incorporate that in my costume. So
that's cool. So do you feel that many of the black metal ideologies, for example, misanthropy, Satanism, and individualism, continue to carry through into Dimmu's lyrics?
I think so, but it's yeah, I know so, but it's from a more elaborate level, different perspective. I see it with a little bit more open eyes, you know, than we were when we were like 15, 16. So I probably like people even less now than I did back then, but I tend to at the same time care more about the people that are close to me, and that's what matters.
Right, definitely. So last question for you. Can you tell me about what the term black metal means to you as a musician?
As a musician, it definitely means freedom, but it also has certain restrictions, you know. And that's why I think to brand us as a black metal band only is wrong, because we have a lot more and always had a lot more musically and lyrically. So it feels great when people can not put us into a category. That's the best compliment the band can get, I think.
You do definitely have a very unique sound.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
All right, great. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the show tonight.
Cool.
Thank you.